What's up, everybody? This is Marshall Couture of marshmakesart.com, and it looks like the video's working today on the Google Live Hangout. So sweet. Today is day number 16 of 100 of making comics, and I just finished working on my comics, and I'm super excited. Um, I did about 2.5 hours of writing, and man, it's so good to have more time than a half an hour. It's Saturday. I got up a little, I slept in a little bit, but I got up early enough to get right to it and, did my thing, got my coffee, read some scripture, did my prayers, which is my typical routine that I do. And then I got to it, got right to the writing, and it was really cool. I'm really happy. I finished Attack of the Lizard Brain. Um, it was, and when I say finished, it's, again, in a rough draft. And there's actually like two or three scenes that aren't really fully developed. I was writing, and it took me kind of a long time to write, the couple scenes I was working on. And then, I kind of in my head figured out the rest of the story. So I was like, shoot, I'm gonna, finish this up and then do my video. So I'm just gonna write, some quick notes on what the rest of the story is. A few little lines or whatever. And then so I did that, but then I got to the last like two or three scenes, and I developed those more, so that it's almost finished. So it's all mapped out now, and there's just a few scenes in between where I have to develop more. But for the most part, that story's done, and I can move on to something else. Or, on a day where I'm maybe feeling a little less inspired or I'm like a little tired, I can go back to Attack of the Lizard Brain and just develop those scenes a little more. Or maybe I'll end up doing it, after I have some people look at it and kind of finalize that draft, or when I'm mapping out the pages to the actual story. So we'll see. Again, this story kind of seems like it's going to be more than 5 pages. I don't know. This whole book might end up being like that. And honestly, I don't care that much. I'm trying to keep it around 5 pages, but if it changes, I'm cool with that, because that's, the nature of this book. It doesn't need to have like strict guidelines. I'm not doing it for a publisher. It's my own thing, and I can make it whatever it wants to be. So that's cool, but I don't want it to go too crazy long for any of these books. But I also want to be able to control the page flips. Like for the at the end of this book, this particular story, the page flip, there's a couple times where it would be really nice to have a page flip where it's like surprising, at the next page. And especially the last page should be a page flip. Um, that'd be super fun. So if I can pull some of that off, that would be rad. And I'd like to maybe even do some full page images too. What do you call that? Like, I can't think of comic terms for some reason right now, but where it's just like a full page, just one image or whatever, one panel or however you'd call it. So if I'm gonna do that, then there's no way I'm gonna be able to fit the story, most of these stories into one, into 5 pages. So it is what it is. Um, we shall see. So I'm really excited. It's taken on a sci-fi. Actually, it's not a sci-fi story, this one. It's but it's in that like realm of old like 50s, 60s movies, radio shows, um, creature feature type of thing. That's more what it is. It's more like a monster film, monster story or whatever. As you can probably tell from the title. I know I said sci-fi earlier, but I was just thinking of that, like the old time stuff. And I do want to get into sci-fi stuff. Man, just hearing the intro of Chris Quinlan's videos with the music, it just got me like wanting to get into all this old sci-fi stuff, and I have been. If you've been watching my feed at all, you may have noticed that I posted some like radio stories and stuff, and like old sci-fi movies on YouTube and stuff. I've been really just getting into all that stuff and enjoying it. And oh man, there's just so much that I'm going to be pulling from that, not like totally stealing 100%, but like the inspiration. And I have like a music project that I want to work on, that really is just 100% influenced by that old creature feature sci-fi retro fiction, pulp fiction-y type stuff. And it's going to be super fun. And, being into hip hop, I'm going to be pulling in some crazy samples from that stuff. Because I'm into like underground, boom bap hip hop, that, 90s stuff like that. I'm not like my music isn't like, the new stuff you hear on the radio. Whatever, I'm cool with whatever they're doing but to me, that's not even hip hop. That's something else. Um, so I can't wait. It's probably going to be like a mostly instrumental album that I'm thinking of. I wish this thing wasn't so wiggly and wobbly, but sorry. Um, Probably be mostly instrumental, but I think I am gonna like bring some of my friends on to rap, and I'll probably rap on maybe one or two tracks or something, spread out throughout the project. But it's gonna be, I think, mostly instrumental, and then I'll have samples of people talking and stuff, from old movies, and I just can't wait. There's so many cool ideas, and I need to be able to express myself in that way as well. Like, it's just something I love doing, making beats and writing rhymes and stuff like that. So I can't wait for that. I'm trying to think of what else. So I can move on to the next story. I'm not sure what that story is going to be. But I'm just happy to have gotten some work done today, some extra work. And who knows, maybe tomorrow I'll be able to do the same. But right now, and I might even get into more work today, I've been itching to draw more too. I mean, I'm mostly focusing on writing here, but I really like, miss drawing. I want to draw every day too if I could. If I didn't have the two jobs and I didn't have to like only get my half an hour in most days, I would be drawing as well and doing like a sketch a day type of thing or whatever. I really like what Mike Emirates has been doing with he's been doing like little comic pages with this sketch group, on Facebook, and I really dig that. That's really cool. I'd like to play around with that, try that myself at some point. But also there's a lot. I mean, now that I have two stories written, there's a lot of characters I have to create. So I want to be doing that as we're going. So hopefully tonight, maybe today, I'll be able to get into a little bit of that as well. So yeah, I think that's about it. Um, just want to shout out everybody doing the hundreds. Oh, I also wanted to say, if you are watching this and you haven't made your first comic, or you have some comic projects that you're interested in making, or you've had some ideas, maybe you feel like you're not good at drawing, or maybe you feel like you're not good at writing, or whatever, maybe you do both and you just need to get in the mode of making comics or anything like that, if you want to make comics or have any ideas, man, I would encourage you to get into this. Let's do 100 days of making comics. This whole challenge was started by Kevin Cross, and it's been going strong for a couple of years now, and it's really awesome. I'm super amped to be a part of it again, and it's just fun, and it's super encouraging to have people. When you do this, you automatically gain followers because there's people who have done it before and follow it, and just people who follow it because they like the idea of it. And you automatically get encouragement and comments. And especially if you're doing the videos are really like kind of a key part, but you can do it with a blog, or you can do it with, even a little audio podcast or something. Like, it's good to update every day and keep yourself accountable. But there's always different ways you can do it. But a lot of people do video, and I just use, like, right now I'm using my laptop camera, but I also, I use my phone. I've made most of my videos with my phone. That's all you need. And if you don't feel like you can draw stick figures. I mean, comics can be made by anybody. Seriously, it doesn't matter. Anybody can do it, no matter what your talent level is, because comics is not about. I mean, you can develop it to however, but it's not about the most amazing writing and the most amazing art you've ever seen. Although you can go as far as you want with that as well, but primarily, comics is about storytelling. If you have a story in you, what better medium to do it than comics? I love comics. It's like a drug. Once you start, you can't stop. Um, Even though it makes no money, sometimes, usually, but you just can't help but do it. It's awesome. Comics rocks. So I just wanted to encourage you guys, if you want to do that, because I think that this 100 days challenge just needs to keep going, and I think it will. But I'd love to see more people getting involved, and I'd love to see your videos and see what you're doing. Right now, Yanimal and Mike, Emirates, for some reason it takes me a minute to think of his name, and myself are doing 100 days of making comics. There are other people like Chris Quinlan, Gazbot, who have done it. Peter Palmiotti has said to. I actually talked to him about it, and he's probably going to be doing it very soon. But right now he's doing the Veda thing where he just vlogs every day, which is really cool. So I think he's going to transition into 100 days of comics soon too. So that's really cool. But for the most part, that's who's kind of involved right now. J. Allen Ratz is starting to make videos, which is really cool, and I'm really excited to check out her stuff as she goes. And I don't think she's going to do 100 days of making comics according to her video, but I think she has done it, and she is going to start doing more videos. So, I mean, the whole YouTube video artist thing is just a really cool thing. Also, if you just want to learn how to do videos on YouTube, like myself, I mean, I was already making videos for a long time, but a lot of my friends, you know, Kevin Cross and Scott Cirkland of the Artcaster specifically, I think they really got into their groove on YouTube through doing 100 days of making comics. And it's just, I think Kevin Cross said it recently, and I agree. I feel like every artist should be on YouTube. It's just a really cool platform, and art is a visual medium, so it's perfect for YouTube. So even if you don't want to talk, don't feel too scared. Like, people do videos all the time of just them drawing or whatever, like if they do it digitally and they just put music behind it. You don't even have to talk, and then maybe you'll start to build up your courage, and you'll start to do maybe a voiceover over your art, but you still don't have to see yourself or whatever. People don't have to see you, and then maybe eventually you will be ready to show your face and do that. You know, you can build up to these things. For me, I just dove in because I don't know. I guess I'm not afraid of that too much, but I was nervous, but I just did it anyways. So it is what it is. Everybody has their own way of getting into these things. But anyways, all I wanted to say was get involved in 100 Days of Making Comics. It's an awesome, awesome challenge. And I'll tell you what, you know, I've made 3 mini comics in my life so far, and here they are. I just happen to have them here, luckily. Um, these these were done on mini comic challenges. This last one was done my last time doing 100 Days of Making Comics. Um, I don't seem to ever get anything done unless I'm doing one of these challenges. It's an awesome way to finally start getting that book you've been thinking about forever done. So yeah, I guess I beat that horse to the ground or whatever, however the saying goes. But yeah, just wanted to encourage you guys. Come on in, join the crowd. We all love each other. It's all love, yo. um, we're all cool with each other. So and encouraging. It's an encouraging community. So shout out to everybody who's doing it, everybody who's done it. And below in the show notes, you can check out the Facebook group and the Tumblr page where all the people, you know, who have done it are, you know, you can kind of find people through those links. So check everybody out. And thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you watching and keeping up with me. And if you want to find me anywhere, Marsh Makes Art, I'm everywhere, marshmakesart.com. I'm on Instagram, Pinterest, Tumblr as well. I also post there through Instagram. So if you're more on Tumblr, I haven't mentioned that one. Um, Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, everywhere under Marsh Makes Art. Go to marshmakesart.com. You can click on the links easily. So yeah, thanks for watching, you guys. You guys rock it, and I will talk to you on the next day 17 of 100 Days of Making Comics. Peace out.